G'day everyone, Grand Tour here again with the tiebreaker of the Culture Clash tournament between Conceivable and myself. It's one apiece, so it comes down to this match here, and Conceivable's decided to bring Pontus and I've got the Ardiaei. So I'll just rip through my build quickly. Got the mercenary Celtic warriors there and an axe warrior on the left flank, and another two axe warriors, sorry, one with an upgrade. Got the slave slinger behind them. I've got the Illyrian nobles and Illyrian hoplites. My general here has got the raised banner and rally, and he's a noble hoplite. Slave slinger out the back again. Illyrian hoplite, noble, and another noble there, and two Illyrian cav in the woods. Then I've got another axe warrior for upgrade. Another axe warrior for an upgrade, and then two more Celtic warriors and a slave slinger out the back there. And for Conceivable's build, he's got the Ponic swordsman front line there all the way along. Then he's got a couple of naked swords and a couple of Celtic warriors, and out the back he's got the citizen cav, a couple of levy pikemen behind the line. He's got a Ponic royal cav here, and he's got the warrior gen skill with intimidate and whatever the other one is. And he's got the citizen cav there. So yeah, it's a pretty good build. My noble hoplites will have a good time against them, but so we'll get it underway and see how this cracks. So once again, I've got a very long line. And yeah, I'm going to rely on these flanking forces to do some work. That's why I put an upgrade on the axe warriors. Makes them a little bit beefier there, a bit more morale, a bit more melee attack, and they can get job done pretty well. As long as I can blunt the charge of the naked swords as well, I think it'll go pretty well. So Illyrian cav I'm bringing out now. Going to bring them over to this flank to help out in this engagement over here, and block the charge of the citizen cav that are going to probably come through for this line here. So I'm taking a bit of the hill here. Nice little spot to come down for a charge with the Celtic warriors. Sneaking through there. Once I can get a good charge coming down the hill, it'll be perfect, I think. So Illyrian cav on each flank here. Like I said, just to block the citizen cav, because I know they're going to come through and probably hit my line. So if I at least lock them up with my Illyrians, they won't do much against them, but they will hold them enough until I can get a Celtic warrior or something in there to help them out there. So no skirmish for Conceivable, so I've got the skirmish advantage. I'm going to try and get these slave slingers shooting the naked swords as quick as possible, and maybe concentrate the other slave slingers onto his general. That was the plan. So Conceivable's starting to make a move now. Going to push this flank out. So he's got 4 swords on this flank, so I've got the Illyrian noble here, which will give me an overlap of 1, so I can help out with my Illyrian cav on their cav, on the citizen cav. As you can see, they're coming in now. So here comes the blocking force of the Illyrian cav, and back straight up by the Celtic warriors there. 2 Celtic warriors. Conceivable brings out a little present for me. Nice little scythe chariot coming out of the woods, so nice little sneaky move there by him. So I pull straight back out my Illyrian cav, and I start bringing the slave slingers over so they can shoot this scythe chariot. So I did notice it quick enough to get everything prepared for it. So I want to really get rid of this mercenary Celtic warrior quick as possible, so I can get my two Celtic warriors. Got rid of his cav for 14 kills, which was good. So now I can get a rear charge coming in here onto the Celtic warriors. So the slave slingers are set on the hill here. Comes through with these citizens. I block well with my Illyrian cav. Now I'll start getting the noble hoplites working pretty hard on that flank there. Rest of the line's engaged now. He comes through with his general for a great charge in here, which is going to pummel my dudes. The ex-warriors didn't like that much at all. So my general's locked up against the swords. Conceivable's doing some good work out here with the chariot. I'm getting some good shots off. So he notices that, so he brings up the chariot to try and get rid of these slave slingers from shooting him. So I'm trying my hardest to get rid of this Celtic warrior, so I can get the precursors off from my two, my ex-warrior and my Celtic warrior onto the chariot. Chariot's come through now, got 132 kills in a blink of an eye, so that's pretty good for them. But this right flank's pretty well stitched up by me now, so the chariots will have no support. He comes back through the slave slingers, smacks them pretty hard. A lot of them dying. They're not enjoying that very much at all, so down to 20 men, so he's got a lot of kills on it already. So now this is where I get me double precursors on it, which has done a fair bit of damage on it. So that's what I was relying on. So Conceivable's done well here to get his pikes into the fight here. His general's copped a bit of a hiding by the slingers. I'm shooting them now, so he's decided to come through this one. But I'll just follow up with the noble hoplites and chase him off. So getting some good shots off of them, proving pretty handy. And now the chariots have routed due to the precursors, and there's still 4 left in the unit, so they may come back. So I end up chasing them off with the ex-warriors, who have done very well in this battle. Got an extra upgrade on them. So his middle line's going quite well for him, but both flanks seem to be struggling a bit, especially that left flank of Conceivable over here has all but disappeared. So the chariots end up coming back. So they're sitting down here, and then they rout again. So that's the strangest thing I've seen. Usually 4 chariots out of 9, they'll stick around for a while, but they just end up routing. That's unusual. Usually once they start blinking, they'll come back to the fight, and they're fair way away from the fight, so they should have come back. So it looks like Conceivable might actually come and get this flank here under control. He ends up breaking through. I still do have a Celtic warrior and the slingers over here. I don't know if his general's died yet. No, his general's still alive, so he's going to come in and get some good rear charges in with his general. Devastating rear charge there. Hurt them Illyrian nobles. So the middle line here is going pretty well. The levy pikemen have done okay. One of them's off the field. But this right flank is going pretty good for Conceivable. So he's starting to bring it back on that right flank. So now I come in for a rear charge with my axe warriors onto the levy pikemen, get the precursor off. And now I get the rear charge in, which is going to end up hurting them levy pikemen, and they'll start wavering. So Conceivable does have some troops out here still. His general's got 125 kills, proving pretty good in late game, but then he just gets a precursor from them Celtic warriors. So it's quick to see him coming around for a recharge, and I looked at that Celtic warrior and said, oh, precursor, I might pull off that engagement, because he was in shield wall, and got the precursor off, and his general routes off the field. So it was worth losing that Celtic warrior to get the precursor off there. Citizen Cav done some good work out the back here, nearly 140 kills, but looks like he doesn't have enough troops to counteract my noble hoplites here. 161 kills from a general, just done very well. 161 for them and 161 for them. That's interesting. Same amount of kills. So the Noble Hoplites have proved very strong in this battle against the Ponic Swords. They've ended up bringing home the win there. So we're just going to play this out now. There's not much chance of him coming back from this. With 3 Ponic Swordsmen who have done alright, got some good kills, 124, 128 and 113. Done their job well. He's coming through with his Citizen Cav. It's nearly up to 150 kills, so it's played its role very well in the battle. So now it's just a matter of time until the engagement happens, and it'll be all she wrote. So I hit raise the banner. All my troops have the extra morale there and that from that. And it's looking like a victory for me, and another tournament win in the Culture Clash. So I was defending the belt after the first one. I won the tournament against Conceivable, and it was exactly the same, 3-1 like this. So yes, I defend the belt and end up bringing home the victory in the Culture Clash tournament, so I was quite happy about that. And for me, everything done pretty well. The Noble Hoplites especially done some very good killing. These 2 Axe Warriors on my right flank done extremely well, same with that Celtic Warrior. And my Cav done their role, holding up the enemy Cav force. And for Conceivable, his Ponic Royal Cav got some good kills there. The Citizens here got some great kills. The Chariot even got some good kills, 223 before it was shut down. And 2 Levy Pikemen doing okay. And Naked Swords, this one doing some good kills, but this one got a bit swamped. And Ponic Swordsmen all doing fairly okay. A couple of them didn't get too many kills, but the majority got some good kills there. So thank you very much, Conceivable, for putting on the tournament, mate. Well played in the finals as always, and I hope you enjoyed this second Culture Clash tournament. And next I'll be bringing you a bit of Warhammer. So Warhammer's come out, and I'll be putting a few vids of that up. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon. And I've got another Axe Warrior for an upgrade, another Axe Warrior for an upgrade, and then 2 more Celtic Warriors and the Slave Slinger out the back there. And for Conceivable's build, he's got the Ponic Swordsman front line there all the way along. Then Conceivables decided to bring Pontus, and I've got the Ardiaei. So I'll just rip through my build quickly. Got the mercenary Celtic Warriors there, and an Axe Warrior on the left flank, and another 2 Axe Warriors, sorry, one with an upgrade. Got the Slave Slinger behind them. I've got the G'day everyone, Grand Tour here again with the tiebreaker of the Culture Clash tournament between Conceivable and myself. It's 1 apiece, so it comes down to this match here. And he's got a couple of Naked Swords and a couple of Celtic Warriors, and out the back he's got the Citizen Cav, a couple of Levy Pikemen behind the line. He's got a Ponic Royal Cav here, and he's got the Warrior Gen skill with Intimidate, Illyrian Nobles and Illyrian Hoplites. My General here has got the Raise the Banner and Rally, and he's a Noble Hoplite. Slave Slinger out the back again, Illyrian Hoplite, Noble, and another Noble there, and 2 Illyrian Cav in the woods.